So I first went on a website that's no longer existent, and I found a lady that was also registered. I took her email address, put it in Facebook, and I turned around at the computer and told my husband, holy crap, I think this is my sister. And it started from there. She said that there was a couple other ladies, and I contacted a second cousin, and she actually said, yes, I'm related to Donald Cline, who's a doctor, and that was verification.
You're one of 8 siblings, and you found out that you were then siblings of a biological father, Don Cline. What was the impact at first on your own family, on your own mum and dad and you?
When we first found out it was him, I think it was, just thinking back, I want to say devastating. A shock at first, and then after kind of processing it for a few days and, speaking to my mother, it was such a violation of women to know that here she's a 20-year-old woman, and this man, no matter what his age is, but he is the age of my grandparents, had left that room and relieved himself and went back in and placed it inside my mother without her consent. That's tough.
And your mum was told that it would be a medical student or a registrar from across in the hospital, and there'd be up to 3, there would only be 3 times that they were allowed to use that person's sperm. She was told all that.
Yes. She was told a medical resident, and they were used no more than 3 times.
So at this stage, you knew you had about 7 or 8 siblings, but they kept popping up when you kept doing more research. And it was down to you most of the time to contact them and talk to them. I mean, that must have been incredibly hard.
In the beginning, most of the time, I would reach out, and it was really hard. I explain it every time as you're delivering news, you're ruining this person's life, and everything that they thought was true, you're about to destroy. And then you turn around as that same person and try to help them rebuild it and to understand what has happened. And on top of that, I'm also reliving my own trauma over and over and over.
And you are still living that as people come forward.
Yes. But I feel like I'm at a place where I have turned that into something positive, because I meant every word I said at the end of that documentary, and I will expose till the day I die.
When you approached Don Cline, what happened?
Oh, goodness. Well, I was told it's my fault, but he said that, couldn't have done it over 3 times. And then it was, I think he said 3 to 5 or something like that. And then it was 7 to 10, I think 11 to 15. And then it just kept changing. Every time that we got a new sibling, it kept changing.
So he did. And, so he admitted it. He admitted it, but he kept lying about the amount of times.
Oh, yes.
He actually called you to try to force you not to talk about it. And you recorded it. I mean, that was such a brilliant decision.
I didn't even know at the time what I was going to do with it or why I was doing it, but I did. And yeah, he begged me. And at first it felt like more begging to, stop. And then it shifted during that. And it was, I'm going to ruin his life and his marriage of 57 years with no regard to how we felt. There was no remorse.
At the time of the documentary, there's over 90 of you, and you don't know if that's the end of it or not.
I honestly don't think it is. And I don't think that we will ever know. Who knows how many siblings we have, if they have, dated each other. And then you think of our children, those of us that have, older children, we don't know if, they have a possibility of dating an aunt or an uncle, not to, even mention cousins. But then we also don't know how long he did this. So far, it's 1972 to 1988, but it could be prior. We don't know.
You mentioned you're sick. A number of you have the same ailments. Is that because of Don Cline?
So many of us have like autoimmune diseases, genetic diseases. I myself, so far, know I have an undiagnosed genetic disease, some autoimmune disease, but they're not for sure exactly what it is yet. I almost died last year. It was, that bad. I asked repeatedly last year. I text him over and over, begging him, saying, please don't let me die. Like, I know you hate me, but can I please just get medical information? As far as him, he won't give it.
Will he ever be brought to justice?
Oh, there's a hope in me that he will be, but after going through what we did with the state of Indiana, I don't know if we will.